attractions are sponsored by the Holmen Booster Club. Bathrooms are located to your left as you exit the gymnasium. In minutes, we'll be bringing out both your Holmen Vikings and the Eau Claire North Huskies. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand to our youth wrestling young ladies out here tonight in attendance. They are the future of the Holmen Wrestling.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning into the action here at the Bernie L. Ferry Fieldhouse at Holmen High School. We will be having our third ever WIAA girls duel this evening between your Eau Claire North Huskies and your Holmen Vikings, two teams that you can not write the history of women's wrestling in Wisconsin without. And folks, we're getting started with the action at 165 tonight. I'll be Teague Fenwick bringing you the call this evening here on WKTYSports.com/video. Getting started at 165, like I said. Coming out for the Huskies is sophomore Madison Myers. For the Vikings, another sophomore in Lexi Meyer. So a couple of underclassmen getting started here with the action as they get right into it with the collar ties. Head official tonight is Mr. Matt Pronchinski. And folks, if you've been tuning in for a few minutes already, just really impressed with the production value that Holmen AD Jason Luloff has started to put together for these sporting events, coming out with the fog machine, the intro music, the strobe lights, and everything. Just really gets everyone hyped up for the event. Love to see that Holmen crowd absolutely packed as we're midway through this first period now with still no score. But Meyer staying active on her feet, gets in on a single leg. Good defense by Holmen's Meyer to get the first score of the evening. Works right into a barbed wire. Just loses that arm, though. Nonetheless, picking up a 2-0 lead with 30 seconds left in the first period here at this first bout at 165 pounds. Meyer now going to work on top. There will be a locked hands call. Here, Coach Kaylee Herrick of Eau Claire North telling Meyer she had potential free move there. Once it seemed like no progress would be made, the official stopping the action. And a penalty point will be awarded toward Meyer, so that'll make the score at 2-1. 17 seconds, and again, great job by Meyer. Knows what she wants, goes for the breakdown, goes right to that crossface and looks for that barbed wire. Good quad pod by Myers. And a turn of Meyer just powering over the Husky. And Madison Myers maybe saved by the bell there. Lexi Meyer will pick up 3. Near fall will be up 5-1. To start the second, and Lexi, I think we're going to go more first names here with similar last names that we have. Lexi going to choose to go top again, having some success there in the first period. Good job using that tight waist to break down Madison. And another half Nelson by Lexi. Looking to put 6 on the board for the Vikings right away, right in the middle of the mat. Can Madison Myers find a way to fight this off for 90 seconds? You can see the crowd all doing the coach's lean, looking for both shoulders to hit the mat. Madison Myers trying to fight that arm through. And Lexi just slowly is settling it back right now. And there it is, the pin. The smoke machine goes off, and Lexi Meyer puts the Vikings up a 6-0 to start the night. Picking up the pin in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. We're going to be moving to 185 pounds. Or for the Huskies, we're going to have someone with a pretty impressive resume, and Cambry Loken, who Last year at state, Loken placed 6th at the 235 weight class, now wrestling 185 this year. Definitely with that weight difference, helping her out is sometimes wrestling someone at 235 with that weight disadvantage can be tough. Cambry's going to be taking on a Marcy Jacobson, a junior for the Vikings. And Loken, you can tell, looking for that head throw. A nice job by Jacobson, trying to stay out of those ties, is looking to grab the wrist, working to a 2-on-1. Loken again, almost finding that head throw. Good footwork so far we're seeing here tonight as we're 45 seconds in the first period of this match. Loken does find the head throw, and Jacobson able to get her hips back, get the arm off of her head, and she'll pick up the first takedown. Good base by Loken, getting right up into a quad pod, and Jacobson finding a near side cradle. The Holmen sidelines going absolutely crazy. This would be a huge win for the junior. A lot of match left. Both the cradle locked up, 35 seconds left to work. And Loken able to break the grip. This time it gets her head up, does get the escape, makes the score at 2-1.
20 seconds left, first period.
And a big throw there by Jacobson. Takes Loken to her back again. Will be up 4-1 to make that 6-1 after the near fall is assessed. And we'll head to the second period at Jacobson with the 6-1 lead. As we know, Loken, a dangerous wrestler. Even one of those wrestlers, even if you have a 14-point lead, you got to play things safe. Loken going to choose down to start the second period. You hear a booming voice in the background. That's Mr. Ross Needham on the PA call tonight, doing a great job as always. Got the pleasure to call state with him a couple years ago. Able to provide the folks in the field house a good amount of entertainment. And Loken, as she's working her way up here early in the second period, does have a hold of Jacobson's arm. This looked like she was looking for an arm throw there, but nice job by Jacobson, just keeping her hips back, making it hard for Loken to really find that big move. And Jacobson looks like she's looking for a half on the right side. Really going to try to force the issue. Loken just good fundamental wrestling, looking away from that. Well, halfway through this match, Jacobson with a 6-1 lead. Loken with another stand-up, grabs a leg of Jacobson. Able to get her hips over. And Jacobson able to find a way to get her hips back up on top. Good reaction there by Jacobson in a bit of a compromised position for a moment. Now at the edge of the mat, 30 seconds left. And a good reset here. Maybe a chance for Loken to get some momentum, find a fresh quad pod, and get an escape. .27 seconds left here in the second period. Jacobson looking to build that lead for the Vikings. Crucial match here. Holmen can get the win. Would be hard pressed for the Huskies to make a comeback. Usually with Loken in their lineup, you can count on a win from her in most situations. But Jacobson just wrestling a great match so far. Good knee slide by Loken, and Jacobson with the follow. And we're going to head to the third period. Marcy Jacobson up 6-1. Will be her choice. She's going to go a neutral. Head coach Carl DeLuca
position. Holmen to ride.
A correction on having Jacobson go top here. Just maybe wanting to stay away from a neutral, away from any potential feet to back moves. And quick stand up by Loken. Jacobson does look for the cradle to no avail this time around. Now a 6-2 match. Jacobson going into a collar tie. Loken looking to jack Jacobson up a little bit here. 90 seconds left for Loken. Either find a few takedowns or just one in this case. Lands the head throw. Just has a hold of the head. So will be a no takedown with that head throw. She didn't have control of the arm, so an illegal hold by Loken. Makes the score a 7-2 now. Rule there for the wrestler's safety. Loken going right back to it. Finds it again. This time able to sink her hips through. Taking Jacobson to her back, and what would have been a huge momentum swing for Holmen. It goes right back to Eau Claire North as the Cambry Loken knots things up. 2 matches in. The Vikings and the Huskies going to be knotted up at 6-6. Great match by Marcy Jacobson, but that's why you wrestle the full 6 minutes.
Open and heavy.
That 2:35. It will be a double forfeit.
Both teams are open.
So we're going to head to a 100-pound weight class. And Holmen going to be sending out freshman Adriana Vang to receive a forfeit. That's going to make it 12-6. So we're going to head right to 107 pounds, where the Huskies will be sending out Tatum Carey. And we'll actually be seeing a state rematch here between Carey and a Holmen senior, Nora Lee. Lee and Carey wrestling at the state tournament last year. Lee got the pin on Carey. In 1 minute and 49 seconds in that consolation round to see who would make top 8. Lee ended up placing 8th last year at the tournament. Carey, a great wrestler in her own right, part of this Husky crew that the last few years has just built great numbers. When we look at tournament results the last few years, Eau Claire North's program with plenty of trophies to show for the work that they've put in. You have programs like Holmen as well, always had the numbers. It seems like this year everything's really coming together for the Vikings. To see that it was destined for these two teams to meet up, and Lee and Carey, both staples of these programs. We're 40 seconds in. Lee looking for the 2-on-1. There's a stall warning against Carey, and nice transition to a double leg for Lee. A good defense, though, by the Husky junior. Lee, another shot, a single leg, and just a step too quick for Carey. So 3 matches wrestled, 3 first takedowns for the Vikings, as Lee with an arm bar in. Does need to watch that arm positioning. Looking for a bar and a half now. 45 seconds left in the first period. Now does have that wrist, trying to step through. Carey trying to fight it up to her base now, and Lee just powering her over. Looking to pick up what would be a huge 6 points We'll see if she can post that wrist out enough. 20 seconds left. And Lee with the hold of the wrist. Now just trying to pressure down on those shoulders of Carey. Carey trying to bridge through. And there is the fall call by Pronshinsky. And that'll make the score Vikings 18, Huskies 6 as we get another look at that replay. Lee just making those small adjustments as she had plenty of time to work there. Giving the Vikings a 12-point lead. Five matches through this duel. We're going to have another battle of the sophomores here as the Huskies going to be sending out Grace first. Vikings sending out Addie Goodell, who spent the first part of the year on the mend, but coming out, did a lot of work with the dummies while she was working on healing that arm. Grace First has had a pretty good sophomore campaign. You can tell she's really excited about the opportunity to wrestle in at this duel tonight.
Grace First?
Yes.
So we're just working on some technical things.
And now at
real quick.
pounds for the Huskies.
Now Addie Goodell will come out after first is announced. Fittingly, she is announced first as well. That's the dad joke for the evening. And here comes Addie Goodell. Hey, love to see the enthusiasm from first. Giving the double thumbs up before the match. Now we're a few matches in, things starting to heat up. Good volume from both sides and a quick takedown by Goodell. Well, it does have control of that far elbow, and we go out of bounds. We'll reset in the middle. Goodell with the 2-0 lead. Minute 40 left here into the first. Goodell looking for the cradle. Does have it. Doesn't have the elbow behind the knee quite yet. Still aggressively searching for it, but those elbows not in the ideal position on that cradle. First able to just break that grip a little easier. Goodell with that far elbow again. Looking to find another barbed wire here. You can tell this crossface series seems to be a staple of this Holmen girls program. Goodell almost getting the turn, and she will get some near fall swipe. 50 seconds to look for the pin. First able to roll through, though. Good fight by First. Will still be at 2 points for Goodell as she goes up 4-0. 35 seconds left in the first period. Goodell with that 2-on-1. Again, finding that arm, getting another turn. Transitioning off. We'll see if she transitions to a half and scoops that head. Maybe looking for a reverse half here. 10 seconds left. Razor thin margin for the pin. And there is another fall call as this packed Holmen student section just going crazy. Everybody on their feet. We get another look. It's a close call. Pronshinsky with his face on the mat pretty much there, looking to see if both shoulders were on. And that Holmen student section, love to see the support by the Viking faithful tonight. The folks there cheering on, definitely putting on a good show for the home crowd. Up next here for the Huskies is a sophomore and first-year wrestler, Aaliyah Lutke, who got a chance to see her first at the Husky Invite. And first of all, just love the positive attitude that she always is bringing. Seems like she always has a smile on her face. But like I said, as a first-year wrestler, has done a great job. Even Scary has improved over the course of the season as well. But right now, Lukey having to fight off a takedown here at 120 from sophomore Allison Weiss, who goes up 2-0. The Vikings getting after the offense early and often here. For anyone who watched the Penn State-Iowa duel, we might have more takedowns in this duel already than that one we saw last Friday. Nice stand-up by Lukey to make it 2-1. 1:20 left here in the first period. Good snap down by Lukey. But Weiss almost going into a single leg from it. Lukey able to keep that leg back for now. Still hanging out in that front head. Just needs to get those legs back and she can work her offense a little more. And a good dump by Weiss, now trying to switch off to 2. If you want to score, you got to keep those legs moving or your opponent will, as we might almost see from Lutke here. She's getting her legs back, but even in this position, Lutke wearing on Weiss a little bit, now trapping that arm. Weiss able to get that right arm free though. Good sequence here by the sophomore wrestlers as now Weiss in on a front head.
30 seconds.
Lutke back to that front head position. It's a great job with pressure on the snap downs. If you can just keep those legs back, as pulling Weiss basically into a double leg. Makes it 4-1 now for Weiss. 15 seconds left. Weiss looking for a half. Trying to get the turn with 10 seconds left, but Lutke looking away. And it looks like we're going to head to the second period. Allison Weiss with a 4-1 lead over Lutke. Seen a lot of good offensive action from these two so far.
Red choice, red choice, red choice.
Right now, the official just discussing who gets the call first here.
26 we're on, or 120 we're on, Weiss. Yeah. No, 120, Allison Weiss is Holmen. We're at 120.
Right now, dual score. 6 matches in. 24 Vikings at 6 Huskies. So the Huskies definitely needing a win here. 12 weight classes for the ladies here in Wisconsin. So as opposed to 42, the dual clinching score essentially 36, which with the double forfeit at 235, that makes it so there's 66 points. If you get 34 points, you win. So the Vikings just looking for a couple more wins. Starting off the second period at neutral here. As Lutke able to get those legs back, but once again pulling Weiss into her. Weiss just showing off the grip strength, showing that that time in the weight room paying off. She sucks that leg in and tries to work off to a double. Lutke just really trying to get that leg back and to give up the takedown. Weiss going up 6-1 now. 55 seconds left here in the second period, so midway through this match, Allison Weiss throwing a leg in. Now had 2 boots in there for a second. And Weiss with the half, taking Lutke to her back. Looking to add yet another pin for the Vikings tonight. Seems like this Holmen team just picking up momentum all year long. but especially at the right time. These two teams going to be squaring off a couple weekends from now at sectionals. Weiss does pick up the pin over Lutke. Gets the pin in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Holmen up 30-6 now. We'll get one more look at that as Weiss powering Lutke over.
Yep.
Able to scoop that head. Lutke going for the bridge, but just a little bit too late. Now midway through this duel,
Head 126 for the
so at the top of the curve now,
Sydney Schindler.
should be a pretty solid match here between two wrestlers who I've been very impressed with, especially this year. Wrestling for the Huskies is junior Sydney Schindler, and for the Vikings is Anna Strasser, who, man, talk about an off-season to jump. The sophomore now ranked honorable mention in the state at 126 pounds. Just been on an absolute tear this year, winning a couple of tournaments, finishing 8th in an absolutely loaded bracket at Muskego a couple weeks ago. Schindler gets in early on the shot. Strasser with that crossface, holding the opposite arm, able to break the grip of Schindler. And gets yet another takedown, now looking for the half. Good quad pod there by Schindler. Eau Claire North doing a good job getting to this position. Just a matter of finding that spacing and that trying to get that one is the next question. But right now, Holmen wrestlers absolutely relentless in the top portion of the wrestling. Strasser really looking to force the issue on that half. The official looking for maybe a potentially dangerous call here. Just want to make sure that arm of Schindler stays safe. Strasser wrestling at 120 pounds at the Challenge Series this year, which aside from state might be the toughest girls tournament in the state. Ended up placing 8th there. Schindler, who looking for a stand-up, making it 2-2 after it must have been a penalty point from Strasser. So knotting things up with 20 seconds left in the period. Schindler going in on another shot. Strasser, nice job finding that near ankle. And we'll see if she can break the grip of Schindler again. Gets the takedown right at the end of the period. You always say great wrestlers that know how to score at the end of periods. And Strasser picking up a big 2 points there. As she's going to head into the second with a 4-2 lead. Schindler going to take down here to start the period. Another crossface to a barbed wire attempt by Strasser. Good movement by Schindler to fend off the Holmen sophomore for now. Love to see that these two are underclassmen, just with the chance to, could be scary for the opponents they wrestle in the next couple of years. Strasser now with a tough ride here for 45 seconds. Working at the edge of the mat again, looking for another half. She jumps off to his side. I'm guessing we'll see the action reset, and she will go out of bounds. Strasser still holding on to a 4-2 lead. Schindler looking to build up to the quad pod. Strasser grabbing that opposite arm, though. Working from the right side on top, which, kind of a little unorthodox. Can make it tough for wrestlers with a different look there, and glad Schindler's able to get her arm out for a second there. Schindler kind of has those Gumby arms, just kind of moving anywhere. There's a stall call against Schindler, though, as we have 30 seconds remaining in the second. Strasser almost getting a little too greedy on that half, giving up some good pressure to Schindler. And another reset with 14 seconds left. Match close as this. We'll just need to keep that stall warning in mind as we get close to the third period. And nice stand up there by Schindler to make it 4-3. Just explodes out of that stance. And we're going to head to the third period. A 1-point lead will be Strasser's choice.
Vikings choosing bottom. Huskies Toronto.
And Schindler with that, just with her lengthy frame, able to find cradles pretty well, as that's what she looks for right away. Does need to keep her hips up, though. Strasser, nice job keeping her head up and breaking that grip. And a good stand-up by Strasser. We're going to have a 5-3 match. 1:35 left. We've seen a couple of shots from Schindler, but good defense by Strasser. So we'll see if Schindler tries to create a shot with a little more angle here, throw Strasser off a little bit. But, hey, you like to see it from Strasser. A 2-point lead and still being the aggressor, which especially could pay off given the stall warning by Schindler. Strasser in on a collar tie. Looking for a snap down. 1 minute left now in this match here at 126 pounds. And Schindler does have a double leg, gets her head up and gets a big takedown. Strasser almost reaching back for the head, but good bailout there. 40 seconds left. Will we see Schindler go for a ride out here? Do we maybe see her go neutral again and push all the chips in? Strasser did get an escape earlier, so do you maybe make the call to give yourself as much time on your feet as possible? As Strasser does get up to that quad pod, and Schindler unable to hold her, as Strasser now with a 1-point lead at 20 seconds left. Schindler, does she have one more good shot? Does she have enough left in the gas tank? In on the leg. But Strasser with the hips back. Good movement by Schindler, unable to get her head up. And Anna Strasser will hold on for the victory here at 126 pounds. Making the score at 33-6. And essentially, mathematically, the duel is in the Vikings' favor. They have clinched it, but we still have a chance for a couple more good matches here tonight. Again, we have a sophomore-heavy duel tonight. We have a sophomore McKenna Vance for the Huskies. And wrestling up for the Vikings is Maddie Egerich, also a sophomore. Egerich wearing a couple different hats tonight, as if you, I don't know if you heard it over the mic, but just doing a great performance of our national anthem, as Vance with a quick head throw attempt, has that arm as well. Looking to keep that head lifted of Egerich. Egerich able to fight that arm through. Does have the leg hooked. So they are parallel. We'll see if Egerich can try and get a roll through, but good pressure by Vance right now. And Egerich with the roll through attempt, able to fight her head out. That's just pure resilience right there. Vance will still be up 5-1 after the near fall assist. But Egerich keeping herself alive in this match. Once again, folks, thank you for tuning in. I'm Teek Fenwick of the Wisconsin Wrestler Podcast, bringing you the action here on WKTYSports.com. I want to thank the WKTY folks again for helping provide the action for folks to watch tonight. Of course, my tech man, Kyle Jackson, doing all the work behind the scenes. Got 30 seconds left in this period now. Got 4 matches remaining in this duel. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, 12 weight classes for the ladies. A couple of programs who've always been strong in numbers on the girls' side of the sport. So glad to see this duel finally come to fruition. Holmen just coming out absolutely explosive with the 33-6 lead. We're going to head to the second period after a little bit of hand fighting. Vance will be up 5-1 after that huge throw. And Egerich choosing to go to work on top here. Good switch by Vance. Had that arm clear as well, but Egerich just pressuring in with that shoulder. One of those moves where if, Egerich just getting a little high, and Vance doing a little head hunting again, and a reversal called. A little bit of spacing there for Vance, but she got right back into it so fast. Just that reversal, the change of control makes it 7-1 now. And Egerich now with the reversal. Will make it 7-3, so closes the gap a little bit. Still plenty of work to do as Egerich looking for that double thigh pry. Has a cradle locked up, does need to get that elbow on the knee. And Vance able to break the grip midway through this match. A lot of points on the board already as McKenna Vance, after a big first move in the first period, it's up 7-3. Egerich trying to fight her way back into this match. Vance getting up into a quad pod, looking to knee slide away. Now 30 seconds left in at the second. You're at 132 pounds. Egerich again with the cradle locked up. Does need to watch her head positioning here as Vance with another. Just finding that head. Gonna pick up a reversal and some near fall. Might get a little more here, and there's the slap of the mat as McKenna Vance picks up the pinfall. In 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So gonna make the score a 33-12 for the Vikings. Now we have what could be the potential to be an exciting match here. Get to see one of the best wrestlers in this state at her weight class, though, and junior Shelly Bowman, who's ranked second in the state at 138 pounds. Holmen was a runner-up at 138 pounds as well at the Challenge Series. Wrestling for the Vikings, you have junior Maddie Hall. Hua Hall, I'd consider, maybe kind of the heart and soul of this Holmen women's program. Just always goes out, shows a lot of fight in all of her matches. Every time you see her at practice, just leaves it all out there on the mat. Definitely always knew her as the head throw girl for a couple of years because that was her favorite move, but she's really developed her game as Holmen gets in early on a shot. I said Hall really developing her all-around game a lot, but Holmen just a great athlete and just really explosive as well as she looks for the cradle. Last year, a third-place finish at the first ever girls state tournament. Holmen just staying aggressive. Doing a lot of good pressure here on top as we have 40 seconds left in the first period here.
40 seconds remaining.
Driving Hall back into the mat. Now, it's like she might be trying to roll both wrists under here. Hall does have that ankle hook just slowing things down. And with a wrestler like a Holmen, she's as good as she is. If you're Hall, heading into the second period down 2-0 isn't necessarily a loss in the picture of a 6-minute match. One of those deals, try to keep things close, see if you can get Holmen worn out here by the end of the match. But not a lot of matches for Holmen where she makes it to the third period. Coach Eric and Holmen deciding on a neutral in this position. Hall looking to maybe find some head pressure. Great blast double by Holmen. Hall trying to get her hips up. There's the explosiveness that we were talking about, folks, as Holmen now going up 4-0, going to go back to work on top. Hall trying to find a wrist, maybe post it on the other side to get some control. Holmen almost with the cradle, and Hall almost getting up to her base here. But Holmen just able to overpower Hall from this position here as we're midway through. Holmen, after a couple of takedowns in the first and second period, up 4-0, and Hall picking her spot, trying to maybe find the head throw on the stand-up. Will be a loss of control, does make it 4-1. Love to see Hall still getting after it. You just got to stay in good position, though. Can't give up those easy takedowns, and now Holmen sensing that pressure by Hall. Gonna go up 6-1 here. A good slide by, I always view a good slide by as a product of a lot of mat time. Just being able to sense that pressure from the other wrestler. Holmen maybe looking to pick up some backs here. She's trying to get the turn on Hall, but Hall able to fight her arm through. And Hall's back does get exposed for a couple of seconds. Enough for a couple of near fall points, and Shelly Holmen, she's definitely had to work for it, but almost quietly putting together an 8-1 lead in this match. You see that a lot with good wrestlers where they just kind of chip away. They don't need to get their points in bunches. Now Holmen with the 7-point lead can feel pretty comfortable heading into the third. Hall going to work on top. Did throw a leg in for a second. Trying to find a cradle. Leaves her head hanging though. Holmen needs to watch that illegal headlock just for a second. He does enough to get Hall out of position. And she'll go up 10-1 now. And Hall looking for a switch here. Nice job by Bowman, able to adjust her hips back on top. Bowman with the cross-face attempt now at the point. You know, still looking for the pin, but operating just a tad slower now. She doesn't need to worry about rushing into anything. Maybe forcing herself into a bad decision. Did have that half for a second there. And Hall, wrestler that not overpowered by many. I think it just speaks to the strength that Bowman has. Now able to wrench through for that half. And there is a slap of the mat. I think Hall may have bumped the nose up pretty heavy there on that mat return. It's Bowman with the pin. Makes the score a 33-18. We go from a one state place winner last year for the Huskies to now for the Vikings. We're going to see one of their first two state place winners, and Evelyn Vetch, who finished fourth at state at 152 last year. Now wrestling 145 and doing great so far down a weight class. Currently ranked a third in the state. The senior, hey, gotta love it, coming out to ABBA's Dancing Queen for her walkout music. In on the quick shot. Vetch is taking on a freshman in Hollis Barnhart as Vetch switching off to the double. Gonna go up 2-0. Looks like she wants to work her takedowns a little bit. I'd like to see Barnhart getting after it on her feet, still not backing down to one of the best wrestlers in the state at her weight class. Good level change there by Vetch. Does have the singles, looking to put that leg on a shelf for a second. And she will get around for the takedown to make it 4-1. Now we're going to throw the legs in. The Holmen wrestling program on their guys side, known for the leg ride. I think Vetch bringing that over to the girls side. She really learned to master that part of the top game. Again, throwing the leg and definitely has the frame for it. And a switch attempt by Barnhart, and Vetch just catching her. With a little pancake attempt there. It does pick up some near fall. That'll make it 7-1. Now looking to work with the bar in her wrist here with 30 seconds left in the first period. And able to get the turn. And the pin. And Evelyn Vetch on what is essentially her senior night. Picks up the pinfall. One of the staples of this program has helped to make it what it is today. It's a very fitting pin to end her home wrestling career. Makes the score 39-18. And we got one more match on of the evening here, folks, between the Vikings and the Huskies. No duel-wise, the team victory locked up, but I always love to see the extra wrestling and just love to see these wrestlers leave it all on the mat. Wrestling for the Huskies is going to be junior Darian Jensen. And we get to see one more ranked wrestler on the evening. And Alexa Zach, who's ranked 6th in the state at 152 pounds. Just a great athlete, pretty decent in track as well, so kind of has that speed and quickness. And as we see that on display right there, she gets a quick takedown right to the arm bar. And, with fun athletes or good athletes, it's always fun to see that progression from when they learn how to start to wrestle well, too, and pick up that technique. As once you can combine those two things, just really make you dangerous. As you can see by the rankings, Zach is really come into form this year, and only a sophomore, too. She was working a half for a bit. Now jumping off to that left side. Does get the turn on the edge of the mat. And will be called out of bounds. No near fall called. Nice call by Mr. Matt Pronchitsky with the out of bounds there. We'll reset in the middle. 1:15 left here in the first period. Zach up 2-0 after that early takedown. Looking to roll both wrists under. Does have that half again on the left side. Switching off, though, to the right. Credit to Jensen for looking away, but Zach switching off so quickly. Great chain wrestling, and it leads to a pin from that half Nelson position. And Zach closing out the duel. Third ever women's duel in history for WIA Wrestling. You got to give a hand to both teams here. Love the Huskies making the trip down here. But it just seemed, judging by the atmosphere, was the Vikings night. Hope this can become an annual thing. Instead, Holmen just screaming out to a 33-6 lead. Huskies did fight back to make it 33-18 at some point, but with a couple of pins by Vetch and Zach. Final score, Holmen 45, Eau Claire North 18. Folks, thank you for tuning in for your last WKTY sports broadcast of the year. It's been a great year of wrestling here for the Vikings. Still got a conference this weekend, which the Vikings don't have a tournament for. Regionals next weekend. And we are right in the heat of the postseason series now. Want to thank my main man, Kyle Jackson, once again for making all the magic happen. I'm just the guy with the mic, so want to thank him again for all the tech stuff. Folks, thank you for tuning in, and have a great evening. I'm Teek Fenwick, signing off.